there, I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate.
And today we're taking a look at 60 Second City by Buffalo Games and Puzzles.
In 60 Second City, you and a partner are going to work together in real time trying to put together a city using domino tile pieces. And you have to do it in 60 seconds, all while trying to accomplish certain objectives each round. You want to work through a deck of objectives and hopefully clear them all out before 5 rounds. Let's take a look at it down below and then we'll come back and share our thoughts on this game. Alright, so here's 60 Second City. Let me show you guys what comes in this game and how this 2-player collaborative game plays. In this, you are going to receive a wooden board. That's right, this is a solid piece of wood here. It's very nice and durable. It has the 60 Second City logo there on the back, and this grid is raised. It's not something that is painted onto the board. That is, you've got a raised playing surface here, and you've got some wooden domino-like pieces that on one side are going to have the 60 Second City logo, and then on the back side are going to have different types of spaces on them, such as industrial, or perhaps you've got power plants. Now, not all of them are two of the same. You've got some that are going to be different, like, such as this one here. You got commercial and residential on there. Anyhow, you've got a whole pile of them here that you put face down in front of you and the other person you're playing this game with. And you have some pollution tokens here. These are wooden as well. And you're going to put these in stacks of 3 off to the side of the board. 5 different stacks here because you are going to be playing 5 different rounds. And what you're trying to do, you are going to start a 60-second timer because this is 60 Second City after all. And you're going to go through a number of these goal cards here, trying to accomplish as many as you can in 60 seconds. And there's no turn taking in this. You just flip these tiles out here and place them out on the board as quickly as you can, trying to accomplish your different goal cards. Now, the first thing that's going to happen before you start a round is you're going to roll these 2 dice 3 times, and it's going to give you a coordinates. You've got a blue die here and a red die. And you're going to take the 2 numbers you get and go off of the blue numbers and the red numbers, and that's going to tell you where you need to put your pollution tiles. And these are just supposed to be obstacles to keep you from being able to place these tiles anywhere and everywhere that you want, these domino tiles anyhow. And so maybe the pollution tiles look something like that. And then you're going to turn over a number of these cards. Now, at the beginning of the game, you are going to decide how many goal cards you're going to want to work through. 12 is the easiest level, and it increases from there. You can make the game more difficult if you so choose to. You can also include these event cards and flip over one of these at the beginning of a round, and these are more than likely going to make the game more difficult for you, such as any commercial played on a border space does not count towards any goals, or perhaps you need to add more goal cards to the deck. But however, some of them are going to help you in some ways, such as helping you to remove pollution tiles off the board, or letting you to turn some of these city tiles face up so you know what they are and you're not just drawing randomly from this deck. Now, some of the goal cards, let's go over that. You've got some that are going to have you just simply putting a block of the same type together, needing a certain number in order to accomplish. Or perhaps you are needing to put certain types on the border or the edge of the board. Or maybe you're wanting to make sure 2 different types touch each other. And the last type you'll come across is that you need to match a certain pattern on the card. And some of the cards that you come in contact with are going to allow you to remove pollution tiles off the board, such as this one right here, making a block of at least 10, any mix of farms and residential here, and you'll see if you can surround pollution tiles, then you get to remove those pollution tiles off the board. If you put 4 neighboring parks next to this pollution here, you get to remove that. And if you can match the pattern with there being a pollution token here, then you can remove that pollution token. Now, the first tile that you take from this pile has to touch City Hall. Doesn't matter if it goes like that or like that. But every tile thereafter can either touch City Hall or touch one of the tiles that are already on the board. And then you just go, and you've got 60 seconds to try and complete as many goal cards as you can. You start off by dealing out 5, and then you replace the ones that you've completed from the previous round until there are 5 more. Adding 3 more pollution tiles each time, flipping over an event card each time if you're going to play with that. And in the very last 5th and final round, you're going to deal out however many gold cards you might have left and just have to go through as many of them as you can. There's going to be a score that you are given based off of how you do. It's in the rule book that determines how well you did in this game. And that's how you play 60 Second City. Let's go back up top, share our thoughts on this one. And we're back. And right now you can see some gameplay footage of Sam and I playing this game. And we're going to share our thoughts while you take a look at it. So Sam, this is a strictly 2-player, the box says collaborative strategy game. And we've got some pretty nice components. That things are made out of wood. The board is made out of hardwood. And the domino tile pieces are nice. Just first impressions, what are thoughts that run through your mind when you see this on the table?
I liked the components of this game. I liked the wooden board. We've had a lot of different varieties of playing boards lately, it seems like, and it's nice to have that solid wood piece. And the wooden pieces as well, the wooden
tiles, the dominoes.
Yeah, it just makes it feel, I don't know.
Yeah, it does. Well, it makes it feel more high quality, if you will. So I do appreciate that with this game. And, you know, when you take a look at it on the table, you've got the bright colors with the dominoes. They clash with one another, so they stand out real well is what I mean to say. And it looks cool on the table, in my opinion. You know, I enjoy tile laying games, and when you can put it on a nice wooden board, I think it kind of stands out against other tile laying games. So I think that's a good thing with this. As far as strategy goes and understanding the rules and the gameplay, Sam, what are your thoughts on that? Was this a very difficult game? Was it easy?
No, it definitely wasn't difficult. It's not difficult to understand at all. I understood it. It is difficult to get everything accomplished, though, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this game. I liked the,
pressure.
Yeah, I do enjoy that pressure that, you got to get this done. The pressure is because there's only 60 seconds, but I wish it was like 90 seconds. Like, I feel like 60 seconds is so quick.
Yeah.
But it's a very enjoyable game. It's a very quick game. I really liked it. And it's fun to have a cooperative game with 2 people. That's unique. Yeah,
I was going to say at some point in this video, I don't know how many strictly 2-player cooperative games there are out there. In fact, in my collection, all my 2-player games are strictly competitive. They're not cooperative. So as far as I am aware, this is maybe one of the only 2-player cooperative games there are. And so I think that makes it unique. And the fact that it's real time. Let's talk about that for just a second, because as has been the case since we've been reviewing games, real time is a mechanic that doesn't seem to go over too well
it's not
with
my favorite.
Non-gamers.
Yeah.
Because there's not the time to strategize and to think through your turn. You have to do things on the fly.
Yeah.
You have to know the rules. You have to know what the best optimal turn to take is. And that's just something that comes with time. That comes with playing a game, over and over again. And with this game, I think, Sam, it's probably the learning curve is not high with this game.
Yeah.
It's very easy to understand. We've got these objectives. This is what I'm shooting for this turn, and you just flip over tiles and you hope to make that happen. So there's not a huge learning curve with this game, which means the real time factor
works really well.
It works. It's not an obstacle, let's say.
I really think this is a best case scenario for a gamer to introduce non-gamers to cooperative games, to games in general. You're working together. There's not a whole lot of time for anybody to quarterback or for anybody to, you're both working together, and it either works or it doesn't. But I think it's a great introduction to games for a non-gamer.
I would totally agree with that. This is one that I feel like is going to hit real well with a lot of people, is because the concept is simple, you know? As we keep saying, you just need to try to achieve those goals each turn, and it becomes a little more difficult as the game progresses while you're putting out those pollution tiles. And that's great because it keeps ramping up that pressure. It keeps the interest level high throughout the entire game, because if it were to stay what it is the very first round, you'd lose interest halfway through the game. But the fact that more of those pollution tiles keep coming out, and you might not complete all of the objective cards each round, you're going to have more to deal with as the game progresses. I think this is an excellent game. The tension builds with it, and it makes it so that it connects with both people as they're playing, working together. So let's get into pros and cons with this one, Sam. Again, you being the non-gamer, you look at things a little differently than gamers do. And so what are some things that you really liked about 60 Second City?
I mean, it's quick. It's the setup is easy. It's easy to understand. It's easy to play. It's quick to play. I really like the collaborative play, it's just not something that me and Lance get to do a lot together, and so it makes it's different. So it definitely stands out from other games that we have.
Real quick, I want to ask you real quick, because these rounds are 60 seconds and you do have five individual rounds, what did you think about the downtime in between rounds where we could kind of talk things through and strategize?
Yeah, I don't know if that's what it calls for in the game, if you're really supposed to do that.
Yeah, no, you are,
but yeah, I think that was great too. It was, okay, these two goals kind of go together because they have the same color. How can we do this and this? This is the board, you know, kind of planning it out.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah, I think it really builds the teamwork together there.
Yeah.
What are some things maybe that you weren't too on board with when it comes to this game?
I mean, gosh, it's all going to be nitpicky because I really do enjoy this game, but I feel like the pink color and the orange color are too similar.
Okay.
I feel like if they could have had another lighter one, like yellow, made the orange a little bit lighter. I feel like sometimes it's just, you know, you're going so fast, you need to be able to differentiate the colors. But again, that's nitpicking. I think it would be cool if maybe they had like a handful of single tiles instead of double ones.
Okay.
And, you know, I don't know. There's lots of ways that I could look at a game and say this could make it, you know, better or whatever. But in general, there's nothing that I hone in on as
far as gameplay goes and the way the game works and plays out, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not many cons there for you.
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. Scale of 1 to 10, love to hate. What do you give 60 Second City?
I'd give it a solid 8.
Wow.
I really like this, and I think we would play it again. I think it's a good one that we can take traveling.
I was thinking the same
thing. And just the two of us play it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because this doesn't take up a lot of space. Setup is minimal, and you don't really have to explain the game. And so if we put this on the shelf and we don't play it for a long period of time and then we get it back out again, we instantly know, okay, this is what we're doing with this game. And so you can put it on the table and play it quickly. And you can be through it quickly too, because each round's 60 seconds long. So I would give it probably a 7.6 in terms of a 1 to 10 love to hate scale there. And that's going to hit that mark where I'm always ready to play this game. I'm always, you know, if you want to play 60 Second City, I'm down. Let's get it off the shelf. Let's put it on the table and go. The one thing that kind of hangs me up about it is that it is strictly 2 players. And so the time that we would, you know, get to play this game if we're with other people.
Which is so often.
Well, that's not very often right now with COVID and everything. But if we're, you know, having a game night or whatever, the chances of getting this to the table versus all the other games is not high. But any other time, yes, let's sit down and play this. So that is 60 Second City from Buffalo Games and Puzzles. It's at Target right now, but it's going to be available in other places in the near future. So just go check it out. Can't recommend it enough.
Make sure to like and subscribe and push the bell button so you get notifications of all our new content.
I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.